I'm Mitchell from Australia, and this is yet another simple observation that anyone can do at home.
There you go, the camera below the edge of the table trick.
Yep, 100% agree with Sean. It's a trickery.
But
This is the
Mitchell,
one. Yeah, this is the one where everybody says that the camera's below the table.
It is,
And it's not.
but that's
and it's pointing up. You can tell.
what they do with
If you can't fucking tell that camera's below the edge of the table and pointing up, you're a dumb motherfucker.
all of us. I mean, even when I showed my demonstration on an aluminium flat bar, how can you prove that that aluminium is not curved?
No, flat side. You should not place the camera below the table. You should place it up the table.
Exactly.
You fucking measure it, asshole. You just don't say, "Oh, I bought it. It's flat bar. I bought it, so it has to be flat." So you measure it.
The tolerance is, well, but that's all they got because they can't accept that what we demonstrate is true.
No, scumbag liar. There is no bottoms up obstruction on a flat plane. Do you understand that? You're pushing globe rhetoric, you idiot.
Yeah. Yep.
You have a coin and a flat table.
In reality, we see the reflection of the surface, let's say the ocean. So now we don't see a reflection anymore of the surface, in this case the table. So the camera is below the table.
We can make an object disappear bottom up
Yeah,
without the need of curvature.
there we go.
There we go. Flat side, are you really convinced this happened in reality? You clown, you with your fake experiments. You do the same, but what you do is placing an oil can in front of it and say, this is bottom-up obstruction, you clown.
Or without the need of a physical obstruction for that matter.
Yeah,
But this is a physical obstruction, you dipshit. That the edge of the table is a physical obstruction. You're below it.
Exactly, Sean. But you know, your point is, these people are stupid. No. These people are fooling the viewers. So the viewers are repeating this nonsense. Do you understand that simple fact?
Jesus fucking Christ. Yep. Listen to him fucking. Listen to this piece of shit.
Make an object disappear bottom up
yeah,
without the need of curvature.
there we go.
Or without the need of a physical obstruction for that matter.
Yeah,
Yep.
Now you
See how this fucking lying sack of shit cheats? Just lies his fucking ass off.
So if he lies, not means he's stupid. He came up with this bullshit. But he depends on the viewers' stupidness. Do you understand that?
Globers are going to sit at home and say that table is just higher than the observer height or the camera height.
Yeah, it is. You can tell it is, man. You can fucking tell. Especially
Anyone can see that. Anyone can see that. But for some reason, Flatside and PJ cannot.
when he does this.
demonstrate is true.
Yeah. Yep.
You have a coin and a flat table.
Now, right there, maybe go a little further.
Bottom-up obstruction on a flat earth seems to be impossible. Let's move away from this object just above the horizon. I don't see a bottom-up obstruction. How far is this? Oh, like 13 million meter. Let's move to sea level with our eye. 0 meter. Still no bottom up obstruction. You guys are just clouds. Piece of shit. This is how we do it, Sean. Not only with our mouth. You have to make things a little bit harder.
Even right there is below the edge of the table. I mean, you can tell. You can tell by the reflection on the table of the far chair. You can still see an air gap. Now the gap's gone, right? You barely see it. That would be, you're just looking over the edge of the table. But then the camera goes lower.
And I'm going to demonstrate how we can make an object disappear bottom up
Yeah.
without the need of curvature,
There we go.
or without the need of a physical obstruction for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you Globers are going to sit at home and say that table is just higher than the observer height or the camera.
I mean, this is basically like, I'm going to make this cup disappear. Okay, turn your head. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Yeah, Sean, that's what it is. Ta-da!
That's what that is.
Camera height.
Yes, they do.
Now let's get that sorted quick smart.
Put
When
that
we zoom
behind
in,
you.
we increase the focal length and increase the angular resolution.
Let's skip a little bit ahead where Sean is explaining why this phenomenon, this camera trickery occur.
And we can resolve that coin.
Uh-oh.
Right, because the because the camera was below the edge of the table, the lens started out below the edge of the table, but when you zoom in, the lens gets longer.
No, Sean, that is not the reason why the coin appear again.
See how it extends? Now, when it's below the table, I don't know if you can see it down there, but it starts like that. And it gets longer. See, it gets over the table.
No, Sean, that is not the reason. It's not about the lens extending over the table. It's another trickery, Sean. Let me show it. I have here this object about 40 centimeters away from my camera lens. That would be like 25 inch. And we cannot see the part of the tree behind it. Now let's zoom in a little bit. And as you can see, I zoomed right through the object. But it can only happen when your camera is close. Of course, you cannot do that with the horizon. That's impossible. Only when objects are close to the camera, then you can zoom right through the object.
That's what happens. See, they line it up perfectly so that the center of the lens is below the edge of the table. See down here?
So none of you have figured out what I have just shown. Shame on you, clowns. These flat earthers claim this is bottom-up obstruction. And the Globers claim it's the curve but we can clearly see it's some kind of a swell because that so-called horizon line is too clear. You cannot magnify the horizon like that. No way. So these flat earthers claim if you have a camera with a strong magnifying capability, you can zoom right through this wave. They are demented. In the past, there were some flat earthers talking about swells, but they seem to have changed their mind for some reason.
So again, we bring to the table more evidence that Ball Earth believers have tried to CGI footage in support of their faith. Yet after scrutiny and testing, we find that the evidence used to support their faith does not match reality in any way, and should be stricken from the jury's findings due to the clear evidence that it does not match reality. The full video from my perspective will be linked below.
Oh, according to Ronnie Buttplucker, this is the cause of boats and objects being obscured. But when we hear them today, this is bottom-up obstruction.
Right, the way that there should be more of the ships or buildings or whatever, that the bottom part of it's being hidden. But this goes directly to like what Ronnie has been saying, that this is how our circle of sight and perspective works.
That's kind of strange. Now it got to do with your circle of sight. Why you clowns suddenly call this bottom-up obstruction in your circle of sight? Why it's not a swell anymore? Are you saying the top of these waves are the horizon line? What the fucking morons. You are a clown, just like Flatsoid, you piece of shit.
And then when you zoom it out, the center of the lens gets over the table.
Fool, you don't understand the scam.
Now, what is angular resolution?
Oh, these flat earthers can't use a lot of mumbo jumbo to explain away why we see bottom-up obstruction like that wave. They're just imbeciles.
The year of the sextant. I remember that. Yeah.
Diffraction limit.
I have enough of these clowns. Jesus Christ. They're all morons. Anyways, bye-bye, people.
It's almost like an essence of the table and an essence of the coin at the same time, squidging together, isn't it? Like convergence.
Yeah. Exactly, mate.
Good income, Bruce.
As you can see,
He sounds like a child molester when he laughs.
the bottom of the coin